In Ravenswood Hills, Emilie Hayes thought her only curse was infertility. But when a car crash killed her mother-in-law, and a loyal maid exposed a deadly secret, Emilie discovered a diary that revealed everything. And what she did next shocked the entire town. Daniel Hayes, a husband everyone envied. But Emilie didn't know he was living a double life with Selena Moore, his mistress, his obsession, and the woman who once pushed Emilie down the stairs, robbing her of her chance to have children. Selena was clever. She planted her cousin Rosa, the family cook, in Emilie's home to feed her every secret. And Daniel's mother, Victoria Hayes, worshipped Selena. She wanted her for her son, and hated Emilie with a passion. The only people Emilie could trust were her father-in-law Richard Hayes, and her maid Clara, who would risk everything to save her. It started small. Clara noticed the strange way Rosa served Emilie's meals. One night, Clara saw it, Selena, sneaking into the kitchen, pouring something into Emilie's soup. Clara never told a soul. She just dumped the poisoned food down the drain and remade the meal. And she didn't do it once. She did it for weeks. Selena had no idea someone was protecting Emilie from the shadows. But food wasn't the only thing poisoned. 3 years earlier, Emilie's father had accidentally fallen to his death. She never knew the truth. Selena and Victoria had conspired to kill him. His fortune, the Hayes fortune, was rightfully Emilie's. Victoria knew it. That's why she wanted her gone. But Victoria's guilt was eating her alive. As Emilie prayed for a miracle child, Selena became pregnant with Daniel's baby. But when the baby was born, it died hours later. Emilie, still in the dark, pitied Selena. She held her enemy's hand while Daniel buried his secrets in his diary. Then Richard, Emilie's only ally, discovered too much. Victoria had him kidnapped, silenced in a warehouse for days. Police rescued him, but he never spoke. He didn't need to. His terrified stare told Emilie the truth. Victoria's hatred boiled over. She cut the brakes on Emilie's car. But fate turned. Daniel borrowed Emilie's car to surprise his mother. Victoria died in the crash. Daniel survived. In her final moments, Victoria pointed at Daniel and Selena, but the words never came. Then Emilie found it. Daniel's secret diary. Every page was a confession. The affair, Selena's pregnancy, the poisoning, and the ultimate truth. Victoria and Selena had killed Emilie's father. Clara stood by Emilie's side as she read every page, tears turning to fire. With Clara's testimony and the diary, Emilie destroyed them all. Daniel and Selena were arrested. Rosa was thrown out in disgrace. And Richard, finally free, stood by Emilie as she filed for divorce. The police never found proof Victoria ordered the kidnapping. But Richard knew. He just couldn't bring himself to say it. The diary didn't just expose betrayal. It revealed Emilie's inheritance. The entire Hayes fortune belonged to her. And just when she thought her heart was empty, Emilie discovered she was pregnant. For the first time, the curse was broken. Clara smiled through tears as Emilie held the ultrasound photo. "You saved me," Emilie whispered. "No," Clara said. "You saved yourself. I just stopped them from poisoning you." And Emilie, standing in the ruins of her enemies, smiled for the first time in years. Inside Grayford State Prison, Daniel was no longer the man who begged Emilie for forgiveness. He had one goal left, revenge. He bribed a guard. He smuggled out a letter. And on a stormy night, Daniel escaped. He didn't run to freedom. He ran straight to Emilie. Clara, the loyal maid who once saved Emilie from poisoned meals, was the first to notice something wrong. She saw the footprints outside the estate. She found the broken window. "He's back," Clara whispered, clutching Emilie's hand. Richard, Emilie's father-in-law, begged her to leave Ravenswood Hills. But Emilie stood her ground. "No, I won't run from him anymore." Daniel broke in under the cover of darkness, his eyes wild, his hands clutching the same knife he once used to carve his initials in Emilie's wedding table. But Emilie was ready. Thanks to Clara, she had already called the police and set a trap. As Daniel lunged for her, Emilie's voice didn't shake. "You ruined yourself, Daniel, not me." He never saw the tripwire at the top of the staircase. He fell, the same way Selena once fell. Only this time, there was no one left to push him. When the police arrived, Daniel Hayes was gone. Broken, Emilie stood at the top of the stairs, her son in her arms, finally free. Selena, still serving her sentence, screamed when she heard the news. Richard visited Emilie, tears in his eyes. "Your father would be proud," he said softly. And Emilie, for the first time in years, smiled. But Clara knew better than anyone. Evil has a way of leaving shadows, Emilie. And we just put one in the ground. Inside Grayford State Prison, Selena was no longer the cold, calculating woman who once plotted Emilie's ruin. Grief had hollowed her out. Daniel was dead. Victoria was gone. And all that remained was her obsession with revenge. When Emilie visited the prison for the first time, she didn't come alone. She brought her son. The boy clung to Emilie's hand, shy but curious, his innocent eyes unscarred by the darkness Selena carried. Selena froze when she saw him. For the first time in years, the mask of rage cracked. You brought him," Selena whispered, trembling against the cold steel table of the visiting room. Emilie didn't flinch. "I wanted you to see what you lost. It's over, Selena. Let it be over." But Selena's tears weren't grief. They were gasoline. That night, prison guards found her pounding on her cell bars, screaming Emilie's name. And when morning came, she had a plan. She feigned illness, lured a rookie guard too close, stole his keys. Grayford erupted in alarms. Selena ran barefoot across the prison yard, blood on her knuckles from climbing razor wire, her eyes wild with the kind of madness that no cage could cure. She didn't want freedom. She wanted Emilie. Outside the gates, Emilie was preparing to leave with her son when she saw her. Selena, filthy, frantic, and unstoppable, sprinting toward her like a ghost with unfinished business. "Emilie!" Selena's voice was raw, broken, carrying years of venom and heartbreak. Emilie shielded her son behind her. "Selena, stop." But Selena didn't hear her. She reached for the concealed knife she'd taken from the guard's belt. One step closer, and she could almost taste vengeance. The gunshot split the air. Selena staggered, her face twisting in disbelief. Blood bloomed across her prison uniform. She looked at Emilie one last time, rage and sorrow tangled into something almost human, before she collapsed. The guard's rifle smoked. Emilie pulled her son close, trembling. Clara appeared beside her, gripping her arm as if to keep her from falling. Selena lay on the ground, staring at the sky, lips trembling with words no one would ever hear. When they finally covered her body, Emilie turned to the guard. You saved us." But Clara's voice was quiet, haunted. "No, she saved you. By dying." And for the first time since Ravenswood Hills was drenched in blood, Emilie realized. The war was over. But some shadows never leave. Daniel is gone. Victoria is gone. But Emilie Hayes isn't free, not yet. Because that diary in her hands doesn't just hold the past. It points to another secret in Ravenswood Hills. If you were Emilie, would you open it, or would you burn it and never look back? Tell me in the comments. And if you think this story was wild, click now, hit subscribe, and keep watching, because in Ravenswood Hills, every ending is just another beginning.